Andy Gallagher here with the WFF Wealthy Fantasy Football blog. That's wealthyfantasyfootball.com and the Discord WFF. You can click on the link on that site and make sure you get in there to share a whole bunch of information there to get you all set up and lit up here for the morning 5:30 a.m. start time for KBO, which I have no problem waking up for. Just have a little bit of a struggle, of course, going through those 4 a.m. Those are tough, but we're all set here for Tuesday morning. Looking at these lineups here, best way to start out probably is to go about fantasy points per game pitchers. At the top, no surprise, Rosinski and Jokic for NCD and KIW. As you can look at, this guy's here is already really tempting to just go ahead and lock into your lineups as a core play at only 6.5K. We can see here from his most previous matchup, he did really well. He's got a good matchup because Hans lost about 17 games in a row. As I'd like to just bring it the last 10 games. Seven innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, lights out there, looking at potentially the same or similar result. Probably not that great, but even in prior games, 6 and 5 strikeouts just fine. Tremendous value there. We'll put the value up on the wealthyfantasyfootballblog.com. Click on the top KBO portion to get those and insights into this slate. As we continue to work our way down, Aaron Brooks a solid option, salary saver, as you'll have to save some money from one of these two top guys on the night. And one of these in particular is probably a little bit overrated, is not doing performance-wise as well lately. So we'll figure out, of course, which one is the best. Get lineups in there in the WFF Discord area so you can get those here for the early morning as well. One projected the night before, and then the actual official one the morning of. If you have the projected lineup, most of the time it's done well. It's cashed in just fine in 50-50s heads to heads. So you can get the projected from the night before into lineups in instead of just reserving and potentially missing out. If you don't happen to be awake or fall asleep during the slate, at least you have the projected lineup from the night before, and usually does well and cashes in no problem. So looking at places to attack, I noticed that Ricardo Pinto, he's a pitcher for SK Wyverns. His splits, I know it's very kind of obscure, small sample size, but 2017, not so good versus lefties. Once again here, if you look at 2019, it would have been great to find some splits on this in KBO, but we don't have them anywhere available that I know of. Versus lefty, I know it's only one inning pitch, but I guess that doesn't matter. So, but as a general idea, anyways, that's pretty reliable to go with some lefties. If you look at the lineup throughout for the KT Wiz versus the SK Wyverns for the morning there, line total 10.5. That's great. That's what you want in any baseball game. At least 10.5 runs over under. You got Yang Ho Joe, a lefty there, batting first and then batting third. Bayak Ho Kang batting third. And Mel Rojas, one of my favorites guys, a switch hitter there. So we'll get some lefties in there in this lineup versus Pinto. And then an obvious place to go to attack here would be to use SK as well in that matchup versus KTW. Not many fan points coming out of this guy, who is considered a starting pitcher for whatever reason. Min-Soo Kim kind of is what it is there, but I'll show any adjustments that come on my blog. But then Bayak for Sam versus Alcantara is another area you could go to. Of course, in LG, you could, as I mentioned there, you could use LG in attacking not only from the pitcher perspective, but from the hitters and attacking Han and their possibly their pitching because Han is not doing well in either at the plate or pitching. So, but really, I want to keep in mind too there over here, you pull down here through the site there, is that I put in here and update this every couple of days as needed there, the bullpens to attack. So once that pitcher is out, you look at especially attacking the Bears, KTW, Han, included in there, we already mentioned Sam and Lot. Attack these bullpens so that once the pitcher is out of there early, a lot of guys getting about 4 innings, pulling them out. I've seen it happen a lot here in KBO. Not as expected there at the beginning of the season. I thought they would go longer in the games, but I guess it just depends on the quality of the starting pitcher, whether they get pulled early, and then these bullpens come in and they are proven to have been bad. So we are, going to go that route and see if we can get which one was one of these guys to attack now again. Han, KTW, not necessarily attacking with SK just because As I mentioned here, not one of the ones. Well, no, sorry. KTW is a bullpen, second best bullpen to attack. So we are considering that even for cash games. Um, we can probably go at Lot as well, possibly, but he's not a bad pitcher, but he's matched up against Jokic. So all these different things we have to look into here and consider and get you all rolling on these items. So make sure you check over here the RotoWire KBO daily lineups to try to confirm for the early AM around 5 a.m. or so, waiting until that late to get updated there as we continue to roll out projections, projected plays, projections I mentioned on my site for the pitchers. Don't do the projections for the hitters. I don't think that's necessary, like you see right here. These will change a little bit, though, as I do more research throughout the day of Monday today, and you'll see these numbers go up a little bit down, but not a whole lot, maybe 4 or 5 points at the most, and get you those projections for the pitchers, and also get you some actual lineups there, including hitters and pitchers, and putting some cash plays basically for hitters, and then maybe if I have time in the early aim as well, get you a actual based off of some of the things that I looked at here, like with Ricardo Pinto, like a GPP lineup there that you can probably go with as an option as well, and also of course the hybrid slash hedge lineup to help you out in almost guaranteeing the cash. We're at 68%, I believe, cashing so far in these particular contests. All right, so thanks a lot for watching there. Appreciate it there. You have a great day.